Alright, glad you were able to update the video. So, 200, that went well. Very good. Okay, so we're going to move into some more complicated territory. So please take your time with this. If you do get to at least 240 before next week, go ahead and send a video demonstrating it. Remember, it's got to be perfect. Got to be perfect. So, we're going back to adding in the repeat stuff after you've hit that time limit marked at the top of the guitar profile, or if you max out in less than the time limit. So here we're going to start getting more complicated, as I mentioned, because each bar is a different rhythm. Now, if this ends up being like too difficult, too much of a pain in the butt, we will absolutely scale back. But let's just see how things go this week. Stay on one bar at a time if you need to get comfortable with what the pattern is. So we have just a mix of eighth notes and quarter notes, and let me put this up here. All right, we got the eighth notes written up at the top here, or right above the tabs, so this way you can visualize what's happening with that. So each of the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and all those things, the characters there, they all represent 1/8 notes. So remember, a quarter note gets the length of 2/8 notes. So every quarter note you'll find 2/8 notes in there. So you're basically lining up all the chord stuff within this eighth note grid. We're going to still strum down every time we have a down beat. Every time we have an up beat, we're going to strum up. So we keep the constant steady motion with the strumming hand. Foot's tapping on the down beat with the metronome, and we're just syncing it all up. What I want you to do, from 60 to at least 120 beats per minute, say out loud what the rhythm is while you play it. Because if you can't say it, you can't play it. It's one of the most important things I was ever taught. If you can say it, you got a much better chance of playing it. But if you can't say it, you can't play it. It ain't gonna happen. So, learning how to count this stuff while you play is super helpful. Holy moly, it saves tons of time and effort. So, if it feels a little weird and awkward and difficult at first, it will pay off big time in the long run. Because we will be doing way more difficult stuff. And if you can't count it and say it, it ain't going to happen. So, I will demonstrate what I mean. But you're basically going to say in exactly the rhythm that you're playing. So you're not going to just count straight eighth notes the whole time, because when we have the quarter notes, such as that first bar, you're just going to say 3, 4 for the quarter notes in that first bar. So the count for this whole thing is, and I'll count off 4 so you know when I'm going to start. I'll have the metronome going. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4 and done. So remember, from 60 to at least 120, say it out loud, count it out loud as you play, and then past 120, if it becomes too much of a pain in the butt to keep saying it, don't worry about it. But this, I want at least the 120, because when we get to 16th notes, starting at 60, well, it's the equivalent of eighth notes at 120. Same amount of notes per second. So if you can keep going past 120, great. If not, not a big deal. But here we go. Count of 4, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. 3, 4 and 1 and 2. 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 120. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. 3, 4 and 1 and 2. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. Whoa, too fast. 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. All right. Any questions come up, let me know, and I will see you again next week.